So now let me explain the review tab options in today's class. So here we are basically having 6 different groups. As you can see here, we are having a proofing group, comments group, tracking, changes, compare, and protect document. These are the various groups we are having in a review tab. So let us see one by one. The first group is proofing group. As you can see here, this is the first group. In this group, we can find several options like spelling and grammar, research, thesaurus, translate, translation tooltip, set language, and word count options. Assume that we have prepared a document here. Now I want to check is there any spelling mistakes or is there any grammatical mistakes present in my document. At that time, what I can do, I can simply use the spelling and grammar check option, which is available in proofing group here. There is even a shortcut key available for this, that is nothing but a function key F7. F7 is the shortcut key to check spelling and grammar in our document. Assume that I'm going to commit some mistake here. So instead of computer, I'm going to use a wrong spelling here. COMPUTOR. So this is nothing but a wrong. So similarly, instead of a complete, let me commit some mistake here. So likewise, so these are what? There are certain mistakes available in our document. Purposely, I have done a mistake here so that I can go through spelling and grammar check. Sometimes what happens, so we are human beings, while typing, we may commit certain mistakes. It happens. Knowingly or unknowingly, we may commit certain mistakes. So even though while finalizing our document, before getting the hard copy of the same document, now what we can do, we can once again go through the spelling and grammar check so that there will be no spelling mistakes, and also our document is following the grammar. So for this, now what I need to do, I need to click on review tab. Within review tab, we are having a proofing group. So within this, we have to select spelling and grammar option so that it can check spelling and grammar of our text in our document. Or else we can use simply the shortcut key F7. So now I'm going to click on this so that now you can see here, it will open a dialog box, that is spelling and grammar dialog box, wherein which you can see here, it is highlighting the spelling mistakes with a red color. As you can see here, this should be a remote. But instead of this, what I did, I have done certain mistake here. So this is nothing but a spelling mistake. And also this Word MS document is providing certain suggestions here. As you can see, this mistake might be these words. So this is nothing but several suggestions that Word document is providing for me. Either it should be remote, either it should be remit, remits, remitted, remise. Likewise, it is going to provide alternative suggestions for me. Now what I can do, I can choose the right one here. So now in this case, it should be a remote here. So now I need to select this remote option, and also I need to click on change button here. After selecting the suggestions, now the change button will appear here. It is going to enable. After clicking on change, then you can click on close button so that changes will be applied for our document. So now let us see how we can select suggestion here. So for this particular word, now I'm going to choose what? The remote suggestion. Okay, click on change. And also now it is giving a suggestion for smartphones. So there should be a space between smart and phones. So what I can do, I can select this one. Okay, as you can see here, computer. So for this, it is providing a suggestion as a computer. This is nothing but the correct spelling. So after this, now I need to click on change so that this will be changed here. So now let me click on change option here. So it has been changed. And also for complete, it is providing the right suggestion as a complete here. Okay, so now I need to click on change option. So again, click on change so that the changes will happen. And similarly for smartphones, now you can see here, there should be a space between smart and phones. Okay, so now I'm going to click on change option here, change button. So after this, now it is saying that the spelling and grammar check is complete. As you can see here, the spelling and grammar check is complete. So now I can click OK. So after clicking OK, now I can say that my entire document is a spelling mistake. Sorry, it is a free of a spelling mistake. And similarly, suppose what happens, sometimes I may commit a grammatical mistake here. And even for that also, it will provide suggestions. Assume that sometimes what happens, I'm going to include the author name here. Now, say for example, I'm going to include the author name as PB Kotur. Okay. So for this also, it is going to mark as a error in a spelling. So if I go through spelling and grammar check, now you can see here, for this PB Kotur, it is not in a dictionary. As you can see here, this is not in a dictionary, and also it is not providing any suggestions for this particular word. So now what I can do, I can add this particular word to dictionary. As you can see here, we are having a add to dictionary option here, or else I can ignore once here so that it will simply ignore this particular mistake for one time. Suppose if we are repeating the same content throughout the document here. So for that, I need to select ignore all option so that it will ignore all the mistakes happened with this particular keyword. So this is how we can use ignore once, ignore all, add to dictionary, etc. Okay, so this is how we can include or we can check the spelling and grammar mistakes in MS Word document. So now I'm going to ignore this one. So once, now you can see the imaginary red line has gone. Okay, so now my document is free of spelling mistakes, we can say. So now let me explain what is the use of a research option here. This research option, what it will do, after selecting a particular word, now assume that I want to make a research here. Okay, so now if I click on this research option, what it will do, it will open the research task panel so that it can search through the reference materials or dictionaries, encyclopedias, and other translation services for user. So that, and now let me show you after clicking research, you can see here, now we are getting what research panel at the right hand side. Okay, after clicking on this computer, it will search online and it is going to fetch whatever the references materials available online, and also it is providing the service for translation as well. So this is what the use of a research. As you can see here, now I am going to select a computer and it is going to provide a meaning of the computer here. Okay, so online bilingual dictionary. So it is providing a dictionary details also for computer, and also it is providing translation services as well. As you can see here, translation services it is going to provide. So I can select these services by choosing this one. Suppose I want to look for all the reference books. As you can see here, I have changed the service type as all references books so that it is going to provide all references which are available online. So instead of a computer, even I can use a processor as well. So likewise, it is going to provide the in detailed information about a computer. So this is what the research option. So the next option is a thesaurus, which will suggest other alternative word which is having the similar meaning to the particular word. Assume that now I have selected computer here, and if I click on thesaurus, now it will provide alternative words. So instead of using a computer, what I can use? As you can see here, instead of a computer, I can use a processor, CPU, central processing unit, mainframe, supercomputer, workstation, PC, laptops, notebooks. Likewise, it will suggest alternative meaning or alternative word which is having a similar meaning to the particular word. So likewise, we can make use of a thesaurus. And also we can translate a particular word. Assume that I want to translate this computer word into Hindi. So that can be done with the help of a translate option so that I can translate a selected text into a different language. Assume that I'm going to click here. Now it will open a translation service for me. Okay. So now what I will do, I'm going to translate this particular word. Now it is what? Showing the translation from English to Spanish. As you can see here, now it is providing a translation for Spanish. Now instead of a Spanish, now assume that I want to look into the Hindi translation. So now I can change this translation language to Hindi. So let me select Hindi India. As you can see here, I have selected Hindi India. Okay. So whenever I select this particular language, as you can see, the result from Microsoft Translator, now it is showing what a computer in Hindi. As you can see here, this is what the result we are getting for computer in Hindi, as you can see here. Suppose I want to include this particular word in my document, then I can click what insert button which is provided here. Or else I can make a copy of this. As you can see, I can insert or I can copy this. Assume that I'm going to make a copy of this, and let me close this research panel, and in front of this I'm going to paste that particular word. As you can see here, now the computer word has been pasted. Okay, so whatever the result we got from from a translate option, that we have pasted here. So this is how we can use the spelling and grammar check, research, thesaurus, and translate options. And if you observe, when I move a cursor onto this computer keyword, as you can see here, there is a tooltip appearing here, isn't it? So this is what a tooltip. This is nothing but a translation tooltip. What is this? This is nothing but translation tooltip, we can say. Translation tooltip. So now it is what? When I move a cursor on this particular word, computer, now it is going to provide the computer meaning in Spanish. So this is what a translation tooltip it is providing. So why it is providing so? Because I have enabled translation tooltip here. Translation screen tip anta ideyalla, ee option na nanu ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, enable ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಈ option na. So that's why it is providing the screen tip whenever I move cursor on a particular word. So now let me select here. Now you can see here, I have enabled Spanish here. I have enabled what? Spanish. Whenever I move cursor on a particular word, it will convert that particular word into Spanish, and it is going to generate a screen tip which is providing meaning in Spanish. So that can be turned off by selecting this one also. ನನಗೆ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಟಿಪ್ ಬೇಡಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, I can turn off by selecting the last option, that is turn off translation screen tip. Suppose I want to display the screen tip in terms of Arabic, then I can select this one, or in French I can select this one likewise. Okay, so this is how we can utilize what? Translation screen tip. As you can see here, for logical also I'm getting a screen tip here, and even for operations I'm getting screen tip. So this is how we can utilize what? Translation screen tip. Similarly, we can set a default language for our document by using a set language option. So by default we have set it as English. By default the language will be English only, and even we can set a different language by choosing a different languages which are available here. So this is what setting the language. And similarly, suppose I want to count the words, how many words are there in my document, that I want to count. So at that time I can simply utilize what? Word count option, so that it will find out the number of words present in my document. So when I click that particular option, we are getting word count dialog box, wherein which we can see the number of pages present in our document, and the number of words, characters with no space, and this is character with space, and how many paragraphs are there and how many lines are there. So this is the detailed count regarding the words which are available in our document. So it is just for information purpose. So after this I can click on close. So this is what the different options which are available in proofing group. So now let me quickly explain what do you mean by comments group. Sometimes what happens, I need to include a comment line for a particular word. Assume that now I'm going to include what? A comment line for computer keyword here. So I need to select this particular word, and I can include a comment line by using a insert comment option, which is available in the comments group here. So if I click on this, you can see a bubble appears here, balloon appears here, and here you can see it has marked with a red line. So that is indicating what? This is the comment line number 1, and I'm including this comment balloon for this particular word. Assume that here I'm going to include a comment line as computing device. So this is the comment line I have included for computer. So similarly, I can include a comment for programs as well. Let me include a new comment, and you can see here now it is what? Including comment line number 2, and for programs I can write it is a set of instructions. Like this I can include comment lines in my document as well, right? So this is how we can include comments. Now my document is containing what? 2 different comment lines. So the first comment line I have included for computer keyword, and the second line comment line I have included for programs. Okay, and also I can navigate between the comments by using the previous and the next options which are available here. As you can see here, just I want to move to the next comment line. So that can be done by using what? Next option. Suppose I want to move to previous comment line, that can be done by clicking on previous option. Suppose I want to delete the comment which I have already included. So for that I can simply use delete option here. So let me navigate. Now you can observe here, now my comment is appearing in line number 2. Okay, suppose I want to move to previous one, previous comment line. As you can see here, this is enabled and this is disabled now. Okay, so now if I click on previous, you can see here now comment line number 1 has got appeared. Okay, and if I click on next, then it will move to next. So likewise, I can navigate between the comments by using what previous and the next options. And also I want to delete this comment line. For that, I can use a delete comment option which is available here, and I can delete all the comments in the document, or simply I can delete any one comment line by using what delete option. Now I'm going to delete so that the comment line will be deleted. Similarly, I can select this comment also, and I can click on delete so that it will delete all the comments. So this is how we can include comments, or we can insert a comment in MS Word document, and also how we can navigate between the comments by using a previous and next option, and how to delete the comment lines which we have included in our document. So this is all about the proofing group and comments group which are available in a review tab. In the next session, we will be discussing some more options which are available in a review tab. Those are nothing but tracking, changes, compare, and how we can protect our document. Hope you have understood.